Welcome to cloudy Bilbao in Spain, northern Spain. And today's flight is going to A Coruna on the Boeing 737 700. Uh, Surprisingly, I'm using the Ryanair livery, although I don't know whether Ryanair flies from Bilbao to Coruna or not. But in any case, let's get on with the flows. Getting the ground services. Ground power is connected, so let's start the batteries. Ground power. Emergency exit lights on. Hydraulic pumps on. And IRS to nav. That should take around 7 minutes, 8 minutes. Okay. Dome light bright. Sorry about that, I've got a bad throat. I'll quickly load in the cargo. We're going to be carrying 100 passengers and 2.3 tons of cargo. Fuel is 5.6 tons with 2.5 tons as reserves. All right. So the call sign is Ryanair 472 and we will be cruising at an altitude of 24,000 feet. And now for the departure and arrival. Runway 28 and it's Calci 3 Sierra route. And after Calci, we have uniform Mike 190 and direct and not direct to ROXER. And back to departure. Arrival will be ILS 21 Yankee. I hope there's not a tailwind over there. Transition COA. And star is ROXER 2K. That's it. Route. Okay. I'll remove the discontinuity in a minute. Right. So this is the flight plan. The route in northern Spain, on the northern side of the edge of the Iberian Peninsula, from Bilbao here all the way to A Coruna or La Coruna. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. You can leave it in the comments of the video if you know the correct pronunciation. Although the airport itself is also called El Vedro Airport, but it's in the La Coruna. Here it is, A Coruna Airport. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing that also correctly or not. So it's an interesting approach for the ILS Yankee for runway, which one was it? 21. And you basically cross over the NDB Coruna, La Coruna NDB, and then you circle around and come onto the glide slope. And the rest of the flight plan is more or less straight, slightly turning here or there, and it's mostly over the northern edge of the Iberian Peninsula in Spain. And yeah, if I go back to the flight plan, there's this airway that I have to take, and the airway Uniform 190 has a restriction, upper restriction of 25,500 feet, and yeah, so the cruise altitude would be no higher than 24,500 feet. So that's why I kept a cruise altitude of 24,000 feet. And since this was not that big a flight, not that long a flight, so I don't think it would have mattered. Maybe it would have mattered if I had a higher cruise altitude, but this is what I used for this flight. APU is on, and here we go. APU generator goes on, and we can disconnect the ground power. Back to the menu, FS actions, ground services, release the ground power. Main panel light, background. Still working, but a bit clunky. There we go. So request pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
Left and right packs go off.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Bilbao traffic, Ryanair 472. We are starting our pushback.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
All right, parking brake goes. Uh-oh. I have to use the rudder pedals.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Right. Engine 2 to ground. And look at the N2. Push and start, APU blade on, yes, all of that is done. I've reached 25, almost 25%. Introduce fuel. Let it stabilize at 19 or 21 N1. And engine number 2. Engine number 1, sorry.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake. Okay.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear it to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
We won't need that anymore. Right. Engine generators on. Generator 1, generator 2. Set this to generator 1. APU bleed goes off. Engine bleed on. Isolation valve auto. Probe heat on. Passenger cabin seems fine, between 28 and 30 degrees. And it's pressurizing. Those lights have gone off. Very good. Engine flight switches to start, switches to continuous. Right. Anything else in the overhead panel? Not so much. Right. APU off. APU goes off now. Engine start switch is continuous. Probe heat on. Anti-ice as required. Left-right packs auto. Isolation valve auto. APU bleed off. Flaps to takeoff position. 1, 2, 5. Flaps to takeoff position. Before taxi checklist call. Before taxi checklist. Generators are on. Probe heat is on. Have a look at this. Generators are on. Probe heat is on. Anti-ice as required. Isolation valve auto. Engine start switch is continuous. Recall. Recall check recall. Recall checked. Auto brake RTO. Engine start. Levers idle detent. Flight controls checked. Ground equipment clear. Taxi clearance. Okay, since there's no ATC, we'll give ourselves the clearance. So we'll be taking this taxiway Alpha to Alpha 4, then Charlie 4 onto runway 28 over there. So basically, it's going to be taxiway Alpha, Alpha, then Charlie 4 to runway holding point to runway 28. Bilbao traffic, Ryanair 472 will be taxiing via taxiway Alpha, then Charlie 4, crossing runway 30 and lining up on runway 28. Bilbao traffic. I hope I said that right. It's runway 30. Yes, it's 30. We'll be crossing runway 30. And since it's raining, it's not raining that much. So, taxi clearance automatically done. Taxi lights on. Runway turn off lights can be turned on, yes. Parking brake released, and then the takeoff configuration. Press the rudder pedals and takeoff configuration. Fine. It's fine. It's nothing. No beep beeps. Taxi started. Let me check the MCP. Finally, auto throttle armed. LNAV armed. Sorry about that. Reduce the thrust, we're going too fast. Fourteen knots on the ground. Going to cross the runway now. Bilbao traffic, Ryanair 472, crossing runway 30 via Charlie 4 and lining up on runway 28. Bilbao traffic. Have a look on that side, nothing on that side, nothing on this side. Quite hazy, rainy. Anti-ice, I might be requiring anti-ice because there's precipitation, so later on there'll be anti-ice required, I think. Speed up the process. Right. Right, so strobe and steady. Wing lights on. Landing lights on. Taxi light off. I think I'll need the wipers. Wipers to interval or intermediate, just like in the car. They don't work. They're just artificial, cosmetic. They don't work. Okay. Transponder to Tara. Transponder Tara. Sorry about that. Alright. Last minute weather report. QNH is the same. Wind is slightly calmer, but still slightly from the behind of the tail. Landing lights on, auto throttle armed, LNAV on, transponder Tara, takeoff clearance request. We'll do that. Taxi lights on and chrono start. Alright. We can do this. Engine off. What if I select low? Will it still be cosmetic? Yeah, doesn't have any effect. They need to fix this. Alright, lined up on runway 28. Here we go. Bilbao traffic, Ryanair 472. We are lined up on runway 28 and departing from runway 28. Bilbao traffic. All right. So, last minute checks, taxi lights on. Why do we need taxi lights on the runway? Chrono set. Start. And let's get on with it. 50% N1. That's too much, 50%. Stabilize. And Toga.
Airspeed alive.
Crosswind.
80 knots.
80 knots. Back pressure released.
E1.
V1.
Rotate.
Pull up. Rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. Feet. Command A. And we can plug up. Flap. Plug up to 200. Up speed. Flaps 2. And flaps 1. Flaps up. Right. Gear can go down. Locked. Auto brake off. And VNAV on. IS as required. Flaps as required. Retracted. Gear on. Auto brake off. Engine start switches to off. Runway turner lights off. Next is off. Transition altitude. There we are. Standard. After takeoff checklist call, we have on anti-ice as required. Well, it's 11 degrees. Let it go down, then I'll put anti-ice on. Bilbao traffic, Ryanair 472 have departed from runway 28, climbing to flight level 90 for 24,000 feet. Bilbao traffic. APU off, air pressure check, air conditioning check. 10,000 feet landing lights come off. All of them. Air pressure check. Okay. Temperature is fine. Backs are on. It's climbing. Okay. 7. Deep balls. Alright, traffic. Let's go to the top of line very soon. Okay. Right. Arrival charts prepare. Right, as we look at the descent part. So I'll join you again at the top of climb. Oh, look at that. That's nice. So no need for the wipers. Let's have a look outside before I stop the recording. Nice clouds. I'll stop the recording here. 1,000 to go till the top of climb. Seatbelt signs can go off now. And strobe and steady to steady. Right. Panel slightly brighter. Start doing the descent checklist, but before that, what time did I depart? I departed early. Departure time was supposed to be after, departed 20 minutes early. Well, mostly clear. And nice. File. Anti-ice not required right now. And seatbelt signs as required. Alright. Let's descend now. Descend now. Execute. And back to the next page. We'll be going down to just about 10,000. Slow and gradual descent. Reduce the range on the EFIS on the ND. Oh, I forgot this. Doesn't work in MSFS. The weather radar. That's ROXER. I hope it calculated the top of descent properly. Let me start the replay program. Yep. There we go. And 40. Nice. Now we're descending. Do we need to drag? No drag. All the way to 3,500. Above 3,500. Now, there's no need to do this, but since the initial approach fix is over an NDB, the A Coruna, La Coruna NDB 401. So let's set that. That's a nice screenshot. Right. Misty, we have to descend below 220 feet, 220 knots. Speed brakes can come in. Speed into wind. A Coruna traffic, Ryanair 472 inbound for run for ILS Yankee, runway 21. We're descending past 8,000 feet. A Coruna traffic. So there we go. Down, going down, going down. Why is it still? Should be speed into 220 knots. 20 knots. Brakes out. Actually, we should go down to 200 knots, 180 knots. And flaps 1. Let me just start the recording here. This will be LEBB to LECO. There we go. Slight pause, a lot of big pause. And speed brake. Flaps 1. 180. Flaps 1. Speed brake in. Armed approach mode, and we can go to flaps 5. And flaps 5. (213) heading, runway heading 213. Right. Speed brakes in. Speed brake armed. Spoilers armed. Sorry, not speed brake, spoilers. Look at that, we're over the sea. No, not over the sea. We're over here. Let's have a look outside. Into the clouds up approach mode on. The standby, armed. We're too high, we're too high. We're too high. Need to get down. The vertical speed. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Flap gear down. Get some drag in there.
Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain. Caution, terrain.
Localizer captured. Localizer captured.
2500.
But that was bad. That was pretty bad. That must have jerked all the passengers. Still haven't captured the glide slope. Come on, come on. Okay, glide slope captured. Missed approach altitude set. La Coruna traffic, Ryanair 472 on 10 mile final, runway 21. La Coruna traffic. Right, match the speed, match the speed. Crosswind. Have to go down to FD1 to approach. Anything left? Oh, landing lights. I didn't even turn on the landing lights. Landing lights. And taxi lights on. And return on lights on. Continuous. Continuous. Strobe and steady. Clear to land, so give ourselves a clearance. On. Flaps go down to 15, 10, and now 15. Hardly see the runway. What's the next level? It's 25 and then 30. Let's go down 25. Approach reference 132 and flaps 30. Let it stabilize. And I can match the throttle lever. Here we go. It's crosswind. Heavy crosswind. There's a heavy crosswind. Slightly higher. Right. So I'm disconnecting the autopilot.
1000.
Auto throttle. Spoilers armed. following the ILS glide slope.
Terrain, terrain.
Throttle off. Slightly to the left and down. Down, down, down.
Plus
down.
100. Minimums.
Down, down.
Terrain, terrain.
Come on, come on.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake. Auto brake. And flaps retracted. That wasn't a nice landing in my opinion. And where do I go? Which exit way should I take? To the left. All right. This becomes 100. La Coruna traffic, Ryanair 472, backtracking runway 03. Is this the one? No. And flaps can go up. Reduce the thrust. Slight braking. Then knots. La Coruna traffic, Ryanair 472 vacated runway 03. La Coruna traffic. Okay, here we go. We'll just park here for the moment. I have to record my replays. And parking brake is going to be set. And I can disconnect from VATSIM. What's this? Madrid control. Okay, fine. It's done now. I've landed. So, disconnecting from VATSIM. See you later once I'm done with the recordings, replays.